Hi there. Today we're going to talk about Jerusalem artichokes. I love Jerusalem artichokes. They are so good. These are probably one of the easiest things you could grow in your garden. Did you know that food begins to lose its nutrition as soon as it's picked? This really ranges, right? So we can see anything from going to the farmer's market where a lot of those wonderful farmers have just picked their food either that day or maybe a few days prior. Then if you go home and you use that food right away, then a lot of the nutrients have been preserved. On the other hand, you have going to the supermarket where you might get something like, what I get, bananas. I got bananas from Ecuador. That's a long plane ride, my friend. So by the time it hits your plate, or, for me, I know with produce a lot of times it'll stay in my fridge for like 2 weeks and I'll forget about it, and then I'll find it and it's starting to go bad. I'm like, I gotta use this before it starts to go bad. So it could be something like that on the opposite end of the spectrum, and by the time you've eaten it, it has lost a large portion of its nutrients and minerals that it originally had. So one thing that I really like about these guys is that you can leave them in the ground right up until you eat them. So by the time you do eat them, they've retained a large portion of the things that are good for us. And besides that, they're really delicious. To me, they taste somewhere between like an apple and a potato. And they're kind of nutty. You can eat them raw. They're really great thinly shaved in salads. You can just use like a mandolin if you have it, or sometimes on a grater they have that, like, I don't know what they call it, like a horizontal blade, and just kind of shave it, and it retains that nutty flavor. You can roast them, you can saute them. They're good with butter, duh. Really good mashed, like you would a mashed potato. So they actually make a really great potato substitute, which leads me to my first benefit, which is that they are rich in inulin. And inulin is a type of fiber that can be actually really great for people with type 2 diabetes, because they have a lower glycemic load than potatoes, so it doesn't cause your blood sugar to spike as much. Benefit number 2 is that these are an excellent source of prebiotics. And right now everyone's about the probiotics, and I see them everywhere. I see them for dogs, cats, probiotics everywhere. The prebiotics are basically a type of plant fiber, and it fosters and encourages the growth of healthy bacteria in your gut. So it acts as a fertilizer basically for good gut bacteria. So it's an excellent, excellent prebiotic. The third benefit is that it could not be easier to grow. Like I was saying earlier, you have to actually try to not have these come back. They're a wonderful perennial. These, if you just have a small piece of the Jerusalem artichoke and you leave it in the ground, it is probably sure to come back next year. In fact, sometimes people have the opposite problem of trying to grow them, and they put them in the ground and it's hard to get rid of them once you have them in there. So sometimes people do things like put them in containers like they do with mint or things that tend to come back very heartily. So that's an option for you if you want to contain it to a certain portion of your garden. So in summary, there are 3 reasons why we really like Jerusalem artichokes. One is that they're really high in inulin, so they're a really great source of fiber. 2 is that they are a really wonderful prebiotic, and we all want that good gut bacteria nowadays, so it's going to assist you in doing so. And 3 is that they are one of the easiest things to grow in your garden, and they come back year after year, and they're a wonderful food supply that you can pick right before you eat it, so they're still very nutrient dense. Finally, and most importantly, in my opinion, is that they are so delicious, and they have a wonderful range of uses in your kitchen repertoire. So that's all I have for today. No reason to go to the grocery store, no reason to spend. In my area, I've seen organic Jerusalem artichokes going for $15, $16 a pound. If you liked what you saw today, hit the subscribe now button. See you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.